it's Claire Saunders from What's New in Electronics. I'm here on the last day of SMTAI in Chicago, and I'm joined by Brian D'Amico of Mirtec. Hey, how are you doing?
I am doing well. How are you?
Nice to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. We're doing good. We're on the last legs of the show now, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
almost over.
My feet are telling me we're on the last legs of the show. I'm on the last legs of my legs. Yeah.
But it's not the end of the year yet. We've still got another big show next month. Yeah,
I
but
know.
yeah, we're getting there. So
It continues.
It does continue. It does continue. But we need to keep them together because everybody moaned about how many shows there were in the world, and then we had COVID, and we missed each other all so much.
Hey, you know what? I got to admit, I actually did.
Yeah.
I missed you, Claire.
Of course. It goes without saying, Brian, doesn't it? Sure.
Yes.
So how's the show been for Mirtec?
I got to tell you, surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Actually, it's been very good. Foot traffic's been really well. Yesterday was very busy. Today, of course, last day is a little bit quieter, but we had people come by, and the nice part about that is when you have people come by and tell you they're buying your machine. So when they go through and they look at all the different vendors, there's like 30 different competitors in AOI,
Yeah.
SPI. And when they look at all those here, and then they come by your booth and they say you've got the best product out there, I never grow tired of hearing that.
No, that's right. Yeah.
It is very nice. It's nice. And we do.
It's nice to have your feathers fluffed.
Absolutely. Well, at Mirtec, we pretty much stress having the most technologically advanced machines out there.
Okay.
So, and quite frankly, in its price class, it is the best systems out there, right? Our AOI machines, we make our own cameras, 15 megapixel, 25 megapixel. We've introduced a 50 megapixel conformal coating inspection system. So when you make your own cameras, it's kind of cool because you control your destiny. The cameras that we manufacture have best signal-to-noise ratio out there. They're not off-the-shelf cameras. But what's really nice is, say for instance, somebody buys a machine, 15 years from now the camera dies in some way, we can manufacture that camera versus not being able to get it and then having to throw away a machine, a perfectly good machine because of that.
Yeah.
So it's nice controlling your own destiny. But we do take it to the next level. So we have introduced 18 megapixel side angle cameras. We do have a new art system that's a 75 megapixel machine with multiple 15 meg cameras. Fun stuff like that. So really when customers see that, every bit of money that we make, all the profit that we make goes back into R&D. We don't take anything out of there. I own part of the company, I don't take that money out of there. It goes back into R&D and developing new products. And the goal is to be number one for technology. And I think Mirtec pretty much sums that up. That's exactly what our forte is.
That's good, that's great. And like you say, if you're having customers come back to you, if you're having people giving you that encouragement, you're obviously doing something right.
Yes, absolutely. And return business, repeat business, and people. We, of course, have got, I don't know, it's close to 22,000 machines out there. There's a lot of machines out there. A lot of 2D systems that we put out there years ago. So it's a matter of going back to those customers now and saying 3D is the latest and greatest technology. And quite frankly, 3D does a hell of a good job, versus 2D where there's false calls related to that. 3D, you're actually inspecting, you're measuring every device, and you're measuring it to within microns.
Yeah.
So that is the latest technology. And so once they can rely upon you to take them through that cradle to grave from 2D into 3D into whatever's next on the horizon. And there's some neat things that we're going to be introducing at Prototronica.
Okay.
Kind of can't share now, but there's some neat things we're going to be introducing at Prototronica, and that's what people expect out of Mirtec.
Yeah. So I'm feeling we're going to have another chat at Prototronica then if
Probably.
there's something's going on there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of beers in between. We'll see how that works.
It's very rare to be able to find beer in Munich, obviously.
I think it is. It's so tough.
But failure has always been important in electronics because it's so it's in everything. But like you say, it's becoming more important now, I guess, because of the changes in the size of the boards, the changes in the sizes, and the sort of AI side of stuff. So that's pushing the 3D even more.
Yes. So the thing is this. When people hear AI, unfortunately, they're thinking, there's robots building the boards and stuff. AI, to put it in a nutshell, is really what's called machine learning. It's a little portion of AI. But with machine learning, what that does is, and we were the first ones to introduce AI, automatic programming. And quite frankly, I was the one who introduced it. I was the one who spec'd it out for the machine back in 2018. Now everybody has it. But what it comes down to is you take a board, put it in the machine. Now the machine is not aware of what's on that board, but it goes through each location, and as it's going through, it determines what type of component there is. That's something a human being used to have to do.
Yeah.
The machine does that now on its own, and that's because of multiple iterations of different images of devices. Then once it knows what kind of component is there, SOIC16, SOT23 resistor, it then goes into the library automatically, draws a template out in 3D, and then does an inspection of the device.
Right, okay.
Then it determines what the length, width, height, and it fills in all those parameters. These are things that human beings used to have to do. And really what AI does is kind of take some of that some of that artwork out of that. You know,
Yep.
you don't require some process engineer with extreme knowledge. You're not going to be a good process engineer,
Yeah.
but it does make it a little bit easier on them to develop a good program
Yeah.
and programs that run well, less false calls, etc. That's really what it does.
So
So
not to be scared of it, to embrace it.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a little afraid of AI, and I have seen some really wild movies out there. You know, Cyberdyne. I'm very scared about it, but not yet.
No, no. I think we've got a little bit of time.
I
I
think
think
so.
we should be okay. Maybe our grandchildren. Maybe
I
have to
think
look
well,
a
let's see.
little bit more. Yeah.
That's okay.
But yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining us. It's always lovely to see you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in Germany and finding out even more about what Mirtec are going to bring to the table for people.
Thanks, sir. My pleasure.
Thanks so much. Cheers.